All right, all right, all right, all right.
Are we live on the tube?
We are live on the tube. Back at it for another New York Giants video. Man, Kyle Fuller, let's talk about that once we get some heads in this stream because I am excited to break down Kyle Fuller, man. I mean, that's like the best secondary in the NFL if you get Kyle Fuller and James Bradbury back there realistically, right? Have to believe that. How's it going, Mike? How you doing? James, I know. We want Golladay too, believe me. It's all we've been talking about for like 2 days. I just want it to happen already. You know, what's good NFL DNA? What's good perfect series? Waiting for this a whole day. Much love. We got the new background. Hope you guys like it. Looks pretty cool. Hope you guys
Looks
enjoy
fire
this.
to me.
The new graphics. That's our Twitters, by the way. Make sure to go follow us on Twitter because we got all the good stuff there too. Elite content, posting videos for every single player.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on, Nick? What's going, Nick?
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate that.
It means a lot. It really does. Yes, sir,
Drew.
James. See, a lot of people.
Drew, I love you too.
I had to switch the jersey around because people thought it was Evan Ingram, and I was getting some hate mail because of it. They're like, "Why do you have an Evan Ingram jersey?" I'm like, "It's not Evan Ingram. It's Hakeem Nicks." Everyone's out for this guy, Evan Ingram. It's like I can't even have this man's number. It's automated hate. UK Giants locked in. Thank you. That's really awesome. I mean, you guys are a couple hours ahead, right? What is it? 5 hours ahead there in the UK. You call Steven. You call the Kyle Rudolph signing. Guys, Drew, you troll. Be like our videos. I really appreciate it. As always, guys, if the Giants, for whatever reason,
but I love it.
Drew or me?
Drew. Drew's the one. Remember the little boy conversation? That was Drew.
Oh, yeah.
That shit, not Drew. Not for real. The little boy conversation was the funniest thing. I had to show that to like my fraternity brothers. They were all dying laughing. They were reading the comment section and keeping up with it. It was the funniest thing. Shout out, Drew. You're a funny guy. I like it.
What's good, Bobby? Let's see if I can say it. I'm just going to say homie. What's good, homie? It's all good. It's all good. You know, we all had our expectations for Kenny G, man. This is a crazy kind of situation going on with Kenny G because because of COVID and the pandemic and whatnot, everything's kind of on like, you've ever been to like the Caribbean and everyone's like, oh, it's island time. We're kind of on COVID time now. Like everything's at like half pace. So like they're gonna bring him in. You know, I like the whole thing. I like the whole aspect that Joe Judge wants to meet him. You know, see what his fit would be like with the Giants. I think that's super important. And if he's a culture fit, because people, I guess there's stories going around, but people think like maybe he wasn't the best in Detroit. Like there's a reason he didn't want to sign there, blah, blah, blah. You know, I don't know. So we'll see what happens. But what Pat Leonard just say, what did he say? Malcolm Butler.
Thanks, Lewis. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate that. All right, let me look up Pat Leonard's Twitter. My favorite follow on Twitter, man. It's like,
that's a hilarious profile pic, Lewis. Is that a dog or is that a ferret? I can't tell.
I can't tell what that is. All right, let me look up Pat Leonard.
Yeah, what's Pat Leonard's?
Kenny Galladay's free agent visit with the Giants will be starting this evening and will continue into tomorrow, per source. Sleep well, Giants fans. Well, funny for you, Pat Leonard. I usually don't go to sleep until like 5 a.m., so I will probably know when it gets signed if it happens in the middle of the night. And I will definitely be tweeting. I will be getting that article out. So I'll be up. As soon as that happens, if I'm out, I'm making my way back here. What fraternity am I in? It's a good question, man. See this flag back here? That is Sigma Nu. Shout out Sigma Nu. I love it. So if you're in one, if any of you are in one, let me know in the comment section. Let me know if you're part of Greek life. Wow, Lewis, thank you for the donation. Big head.
Yo, that's hilarious. Oh my God, Lewis, you're the best. That's hilarious.
How you doing? You saw when I tweeted that to Golladay, right, Alex? People loved that. People thought that was
big head.
I said, "Hey, big head" to Kenny Golladay. That's why he's saying
it. Steven, so I heard per sources we will keep Kenny Golladay in New York if we have unlimited amount of Pop-Tarts. That's what we had on his flight. Steven, I think that might be your dream. Are you a big Pop-Tart guy? I haven't had one in a minute, but I used to crush the ones with like, I don't know if you guys have Pop-Tarts in the past, but the strawberry ones, like there was like white icing, there was like sprinkles. Also, there was like a cake one. Do you remember that chocolate one too? The late night Pop-Tart was always the move.
I love Pop-Tarts, bro. I haven't had them in a while, but
I know.
I do love them. Giants Insider tweeted, according to Airborne. Airborne is so good at finding the tweets. Why can't I find Giants Insider right now? Airborne.
They don't show up when you do so. I mean, they tried to come at me yesterday, and I put them in their place.
See if Airborne threw it in the.
Put them in their place.
Someone did though. Shout out Indian Spices. He threw it in Discord. The Giants are feeling pretty good that when Galladay's visit is done, he will be a Giant. But Gettleman has been around long enough to know these things are never done until a signature's on paper. Things can change on a dime. All right, I'm telling you guys this. There is definitely a deal in place. I fully trust the person who said this. There is definitely a deal in place. They're just waiting for the meeting. If the meeting crashes and burns, they will take the deal off the table. But there is a deal. There is an agreement. They're just waiting to finish this interview. Whatever.
Like I said today,
I'm telling you, by the end of this freaking interview, as long as he doesn't shoot himself in the foot and say something stupid, then he's going to be a Giant. Like this is pretty much in the bag. We're just waiting for the confirmation. As soon as he's in the building, he's going to get that deal done. I'm telling you guys that right now. I do trust where I got it from.
Yeah, well,
but if I'm wrong, crucify me. I don't care.
I'll add this. Okay, I'll add this. The meeting, it could be going on right now. It's going to go into tomorrow, so it's going to be a process. It's going to be a long process, because of what everything they need to do. What is so funny, Anthony? What is so
Michael?
Funny?
I didn't even mean to say that. Michael just said, "Don't say shoot himself in the foot," because it's like Plaxico Burris. Oh yeah, I didn't even make that connection. That was
absolutely reckless. So Paul Schwartz says $15 million per year, so I imagine it'll be 3 years. Look, I think this deal is going to exactly mirror Allen Robinson's deal from a few years ago. I think it's going to be exactly the same, if not maybe a couple million more. And I'll tell you why. Kenny Golladay had better production during his 4 years on a rookie deal than Allen Robinson did. Allen Robinson signed a contract, a 3-year, $42 million deal coming off a torn ACL. If he's going to sign that with worse production than Kenny Golladay, I'm telling you, Kenny Golladay is going to get probably around the same, if not just a little bit more. But he will get signed by the Giants if the physical passes. He's going to go in there. He wants to be a Giant. He's going to say all the right things to Joe Judge.
I'm telling you,
that's how I feel about it.
It's going to happen tonight. I don't care what Pat Leonard just tweeted. It's going to happen. It might be like 3 a.m. I don't care. It's going to happen.
It's not going to happen. It's either going to happen at like 9:30 or like 11 tomorrow morning.
Trust me, dude. Trust.
LPG with a cryptic tweet as well.
Airborne is so active on Twitter. Like, he sees everything. He's got eyes everywhere.
The second something happens, everybody tweets the same thing. It's like, it's kind of funny. You just kind of have to decipher what everyone's actually saying. I try to be pretty clear with what my tweets are. I don't like to put out cryptic tweets.
Evan Engram is in the chat right now. Wants me to do a dance if we get Golladay. Can't promise that.
You should do it.
I might. No promises, but we'll see.
So yeah. So Kenny's free agent visit will be starting with the Giants this evening. Let me ask you guys, what do you think they're eating for dinner tonight? That's my question. Sam, really appreciate the nice comment. And Luis is like donating really generously tonight. He's in a good mood.
I love you, Lewis. That's so awesome, man.
All those Guinness, man. All those Guinnesses from St. Patty's Day. Hope they're not getting to your head, man.
Alex, you got to pin what he just said, because this is interesting. I don't know.
Golladay
this might be cap. This might be some cap, but if it's true, shout out Lewis. Shout out the insider Lewis. Hit me up on Twitter, the insider Lewis. That's crazy. Well, if that comes true, man, gonna have to give Lewis a shout out on Twitter.
Yo, Michael Coleman saying Alex Wilson, you suck. Dude, I 100% agree with you. Like, I'm terrible. I don't know why. I'll learn the Corvette. I told you I'd do it if Kenny Golladay.
I already know the Corvette. I'll hit it if we sign Golladay while this live stream's going on. I'll hit the Corvette.
Indian food is what they're eating. If they're eating Indian food, he's gonna pass that physical.
They're definitely having pizza, bro.
You got clam chowder
and not give them pizza.
Sam, yes, you can have a follow back on Twitter. If you just DM me, I'll follow you back. I promise. I'll follow you back. Anyone who DMs me, I'll follow back on Twitter. How about that?
Corvette.
Is that it?
No, there's more to it, but that's how it starts. It goes Corvette, Corvette, and then there's like a
Eating
whole other thing.
hogs.
I'm having a burrito right now because someone asked. So
What are you drinking? Is that? Let me guess. Is that tropical punch?
it's Powerade fruit punch. Yeah,
Close enough.
yeah. Had to get those electrolytes. Just finished at the gym.
I got you, Sam. Hold up. I got you with the follow back. There you go. Nice
Yeah,
jersey.
Drew. Yeah, Drew. I'm bulking up. Should have seen me hitting those biceps today.
I'm giving follow backs. All right, everyone's hitting my DMs right now. Also, what is Rudolph? Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? I don't know, man. Let's talk about Kyle Rudolph. We do have an Insta, by the way. We do have an Insta. I don't use it that much. I'm trying to get more involved, but I'm doing so much on YouTube and Twitter, just posting so much. I just literally don't have the time. Baby hammer curls. He's calling you small, bro. Thank you,
Calls me
Cam.
little boy. So
You are a little boy.
Cam, Two Fresh Kid TV. Shout out, man. Thank you for the donation.
Yes, thank you, Sarah. And what do you think about Dory Jackson? So I'm between, like, if the Giants were going to go after a veteran corner, if it was going to be a Dory Jackson or Malcolm Butler. Obviously, I'd rather have a Dory Jackson because he's younger and a little bit more upside there. But Malcolm Butler is like, you get him at CB2 and your secondary is sick. And he's probably going to be cheaper. I know Patrick Peterson just signed a 1-year, $10 million deal. What was it, with Minnesota? So I think that it won't be that expensive to get Malcolm Butler. I think it might be like 1 year, $6 million, $7 million, and you lock up that CB2 spot. Like, no more Isaac Yiadom like being lost in coverage. No more Ryan Lewis blowing coverage and ruining that Dallas game. I can't get that picture out of my head. That that throw to Michael Gallup down the sideline and Ryan Lewis is running behind him. Can't get that out of my head. So I'd love the idea of getting a veteran corner, especially on a cheap. There's going to be a ton of guys available. We can honestly wait like 2 weeks and sign somebody at the back end, and probably a pretty good player for dirt cheap. Just have to wait. Just have to be patient.
Yeah, I think I read a report that the Giants aren't going to focus on cornerback and free agency. They're going to move towards the draft and focus on that, which I think is interesting. Yeah, definitely. But Kyle Fuller is a really intriguing name. I think one of my friends, because we DM about this all the time, I think he said that what's it called? That the Packers are already like in on Kyle Fuller, so it's probably like not even a likelihood that we could get on Kyle Fuller. Also, if we're signing Golladay, there's no way we can afford the both of them. That's not going to happen. In my opinion, though, if we do strike out on Golladay, then we should circle back around and try to get Kendall Fuller, because you would solidify that defense. It'll be arguably the best secondary in the NFL with Kyle Fuller, James Bradbury.
I would say guaranteed. Guaranteed. I mean, if you have James Bradbury and Kyle Fuller, you have the best secondary with Logan Ryan back there, Xavier McKinney, and Jabril Peppers. Tell me, that's like a Madden. That's like a Madden secondary that you built on franchise mode. You know what I mean? That's ridiculous. And Tim, we'll probably be on for another like 45 minutes or so, probably until like 8:30. Because I'm gonna have to eat eventually. I've been at it all day long. I forget to eat when the Kenny Golladay stuff is going on. It just really takes me out
I'm just eating on the pod today. I'm eating on the stream.
Yeah, getting those little bicep curls to good use, huh? Bicep curling a burrito. And yes, Fireplace Gaming. Miami did take Will Fuller. I think if Will Fuller was hoping to go to a team and absolutely kill it for 1 year, I don't know why he would go to Miami to do that. I mean, who they have Tua Tagovailoa. That's their quarterback right now, right? They're rolling with him. Am I wrong?
You really asking me that? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, do we think Tua Tagovailoa is going to make Will Fuller look that good that he's going to get a massive multi-year deal?
Tua's Tua's kind of dink and dunk, so I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It makes no sense. I don't know why he would go there to try and catapult that.
No, I think the main thing that Fuller would do for that team, he's the deep threat presence, so he opens up the underneath, and then Tua's just going to start killing the underneath, and then occasionally he'll take some shots, and he'll connect with Fuller deep, but really Fuller's just going to be pushing the field, opening up all those underneath routes for Tua to just feast on. That's kind of the idea there, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of Cincinnati Bengals chatter. Why? I mean, unless you want to go and play with Joe Burrow, I don't know why you'd go to Cincinnati. I mean, you're going to New York, you can build a brand there. Not only that, but you have a top 10 defense potentially next season with an offense, and you are guaranteed wide receiver 1 reps, like right out of the gate. They just got AJ Green, and I know they let him go.
They let him go.
What did he just sign? He signed with the Arizona Cardinals, right?
Correct.
Oh, they went to the laundromat.
No, what I'll say though,
all their stuff is washed now. They got all the washed players.
What I'll say about the Bengals, right? I don't think that. Okay, think about it this way. Their head coach is on the hot seat. Like, Zach Taylor is not guaranteed to be around for 2 or more years. He's like very much, if they suck this year, he could be fired. Why would you want to sign with a team that has a head coach on the hot seat? The whole thing could get blown up within the next year, and then you're kind of just left stranded. That's why he would only probably want to sign a 1-year deal with them.
Right.
Yeah. But with the Giants, there's more stability. There's more guaranteed continuity with Joe Judge. We have a future. We have a plan set in place. That's definitely more attractive for a player like Golladay if he does want a long-term deal.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think there's a Bengals fan in here saying that we don't have any money. If you look at the Saints, I mean, the Giants have money. They have a quarterback on a rookie deal. I'm not worried about that. I would take Burrow over Danny Dimes, sure. But, your defense is garbage, bro. Your defense is absolute garbage. What are you going to do next year when your defense is allowing 40 points per game and Kenny Golladay is like, what am I doing? We can't even win games.
Here's the thing I'll say. If at any time between now and like the next few hours, like not saying that a Kenny Golladay signing gets announced, if some more Giants news gets announced and it's like James Bradbury contract restructured, that means that we're signing Kenny Golladay. So just keep that in mind. If you see any contracts get restructured by the Giants, it means that Kenny Golladay is coming. Yeah. So that's when I'll start celebrating. As soon as I see, James Bradbury just had his contract restructured, I'm celebrating because I know what that
means. Facts. Who would want to live in Cincinnati when you can live in New York? Real talk. I mean, look, I live in New York City. Nothing going on right now, but in a couple months when the football season starts back up, Kenny Golladay is going to have a great time. Him and Saquon be going out. We're going to Hoboken. We're playing BP with Danny Dimes in Hoboken. I gotta roll up on that one day. See if I can catch them playing a flip cup at a bar. That'd be hilarious. But yes, I do think Daniel Jones is actually a better fit for Golladay than Burrow because of Saquon and that deep ball accuracy, and Jason Garrett's scheme specifically. Like that scheme that Jason Garrett loves to use is just basically throwing the ball up in man coverage and hoping your guy comes down with it. And Kenny Golladay will come down with it 90% of the time. It's a lot more risky when you do that, but I think it's going to open things up. I'm pretty excited to see what Kenny Golladay could do with the Giants if they do sign him. I mean, the question I have for you guys is like, how much do you think Cincinnati's even offering him on a 1-year deal? Maybe like 1 year, 13 million. If the Giants offered him 3 years, or let's say 2 years, 27 million, 28 million over 2 years, I think he'd take it in a heartbeat.
I think the Giants are going to offer him 3 years, 16 per year, and it's going to get it done.
What'd you say?
I think the Giants are going to offer him 3 years, 16 million per year, and that's going to get it done.
16 million.
Okay, Zenith, thank you for the donation, but you make a good point, right? Kyle Rudolph just signed, cut Evan Engram to create space. That's not a possibility now. They could have done that a few days ago, but once the new league year started, Evan Engram's 5th-year option kicked in, and it's fully guaranteed, so they can't clear any cap space by cutting Evan Engram. They'll just have to use that cap hit.
But here's what they can do with Evan Engram. They can trade Evan Engram and get rid of his cap space. That's what they can do. That's the alternative. If you cut him, that money, that $6 million of his cap hit is guaranteed. So you have to eat that cap. But if you trade him, you get rid of the entire money. The money follows him wherever he goes, and you clear $6 million. The problem is, I don't think, I saw a report today. I think it was Jordan Ronan that said the Giants want to roll with Evan Engram and Kyle Rudolph as their primary 2 guys. I don't even know what the hell the point of signing to Livien Toilolo to another contract was. He had 0 dead cap. They should have released him. I don't understand why they did that. If they could just keep Caden Smith for cheaper and save more money, like what is Livien? Unless they're going to do 3 tight end. They're going to use those 3 tight ends and really run the ball heavy in jumbo sets. and just
Well,
use
that's
Living
the
as a third blocker. But how often are you doing that to make it worthwhile?
Well, the thing is, the Giants did that more than anybody last year. They ran more 13 personnel than anybody, which is
Well, they had no
tight ends on the
choice
field.
because they had no passing game. You know, they didn't have a choice but to run power.
They definitely had a choice.
Yeah, but
you don't
not
have
really.
to run jumbo sets, but they like to run jumbo sets. Jason Garrett always has. So they're going to continue to run the jumbo sets. So you're going to continue to see Levine Toilolo on the field. But now we have a really solid blocker and pass catcher from Kyle Rudolph. At first I didn't like the signing because I saw $16 million over 2 years. I was like, whoa. But then I realized it was a max value of $14 million. So now I really like the signing. I take back what I said in the Discord. Speaking of the Discord, join the Discord.
Yeah, join the Discord. Yeah, drop a link there, Anthony, if you can. And I actually really like the Kyle Rudolph signing because it's not that expensive. He's not making $14 million. He's making $14 million if he plays to the absolute peak of what the contract stipulates. You know, he has to actually reach all of those benchmarks to get there. You know, he could end up making $7-8 million at the end of his contract if he ends up just playing like crap and not producing enough. But the guy is good. He doesn't drop the ball ever. I don't think he's dropped the ball in 90 targets, 90 receptions without a drop. It's 2 years he hasn't dropped the ball. So it's pretty drop the link to your OnlyFans, Anthony. No one wants to see that, bro. Nobody wants to see that.
Sure sounds like people want to see it. Might just have to give the people what they want. I'm a people pleaser.
Clearly, I mean, that's what.
All right, join the Discord. Link in the link in the chat. Go pause. Go join the Discord.
Zenith, really appreciate the donation. It means a lot to us. You know, we want to do more stuff like this, and get some more content out to you guys tomorrow. We want to get some really cool people on the live streams in the near future. Tomorrow we're interviewing.
Thanks,
tomorrow
JP.
Appreciate it. We're interviewing David Robinson. He trains Sterling Shepard, Antonio Brown, some really big guys. And he's going to tell us what Kenny Golladay will bring to this team. He's going to tell us what John Ross brings to this team and why Sterling Shepard is an outside receiver, not purely a slot guy. So we're going to get you some elite content, some exclusive content, and you know why we just did that. So that'll be really cool. I'm excited to get some information on that, and I think you guys will really enjoy it. So what do you think? I saw somebody ask, what do you think the Giants and Kenny Golladay are doing right now?
I think that they're probably looking at film or something, you know, just talking, just doing football things. That's just guys being dudes.
That's a weird answer.
What?
Guys
me?
being
My
dudes?
answer is guys being dudes. You've never heard that meme? I'm very meme savvy. I don't know if you knew that.
You're meme savvy?
You're
meme savvy?
Really loud. I'm very meme savvy.
I guess.
Actually, in my fraternity, my job in the fraternity, very high-ranking job now. I'm the recorder. At the end of the notes, I'm required to give memes. I create memes that like relate to our fraternity every week. It's like a weekly roundup of what happened, but it's in the form of memes. So I'm very good with memes.
I don't know if that's a translatable talent to the real world.
It absolutely is. I've seen people make a lot of money on meme accounts. So like I totally could start making memes. Maybe I'll start making a Giants meme account if everybody's interested in that.
I'd be into that. I like Giants memes. Downing beer with
Dan K. I do remember the Tanner stream where everyone was going crazy. I will never forget that, ever.
Yeah. And are we both in college? I am not in college anymore. Been out of college for about 2 years. I started ESM right after I finished college. Well, really, while I was in college. And I've just been building it with Anthony. And, you know, the Giants section, we have Yankees, Knicks, you know, it's really great. So we've done a lot of things. Giants meme on Twitter. And Shane, really appreciate the donation. Really means a lot to us. You know, seriously, if you guys have questions too, you know, we'd love to answer any questions you guys have. And, you know, we just want to do this for you guys and answer any cool questions and regarding Kenny Golladay or any free agents or draft prospects you guys might want to learn more about. And my guy Tuto, this guy's from Palermo in Italy. He's up late watching Fireside Giants.
Yeah, man.
Like the weather.
Shout out, bro.
It's rising. Yeah, it's raining here right now, Tuto. Not nice.
It's raining here too.
Yeah, that's like 99% of the time.
Yes, Florida sucks. Florida weather's terrible. But shout out Tuto, man. You are one of our best supporters.
Geez.
Love you, dog.
Yeah, he's an OG.
And Michael made me laugh because he said I said meme over 10 times in 1 minute, and that's pretty funny because I actually did. I'm very meme savvy, bro. I really am.
Mike, there is no Fireside Rangers podcast, but there is a section of the website. I've literally built a section of the website for each specific team. So you can go to empiresportsmedia.com, go to the specific page and find all of our content there and just like everything that we have to offer. I've worked really hard to make that really, really cool and good looking for you guys. But I did see another question to the Godfather, Danny. Danny's in the chat. Our guy, Danny, he designed the background. He designs all of our good stuff. Shout out to Danny, elite level. And Sam, we do have a podcast. It's called Fireside Giants. You can find it on Apple or Spotify or YouTube. We post all the episodes, visual and audio, so you can check those out on every single one. That's pretty cool. What's good, Tommy? How you doing? Do I remember from last night? I do, Rafi. How's it going, my man? Hope you're having a good day. My man Anthony's always snacking on something. You are always snagging. Invest in Dogecoin. I mean, I put a couple bucks into Dogecoin for the fun of it. Every time Elon Musk tweets something, it rises like a fraction of a cent.
Doge to the moon.
Doge to the moon. I love how the logo of Dogecoin is just like this like awkward ass looking dog.
It's a Doge. It's the Doge.
The Doge. The Doge. Let's see what else we got going.
JP, not ignoring you. Let me see it.
JP, yeah, what's your
ignored? If we get Golladay, I go first round and I go guard first round and corner second round, then third round go for wide receiver or best player available. Corner in the second round should have good value. There should be quite a few really solid corners. So even if we don't get Golladay, I'd probably consider that. Guard in the first round is interesting, but I don't know if there's really any guards that are worth taking in the first round. I know there's that guy at a USC that a lot of people like. I feel like he's probably not going in the top 15 though, so the Giants could probably trade down and grab him. I do think guard in the second round is a great idea if Wyatt Davis is there. I think you all know by now I'm a huge fan of Wyatt Davis's game. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on that.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think Wyatt Davis would be perfect because we need a right guard right now, guys. That's a big one. And OGR Sports, much appreciated for the donation. I did see that comedy skit. That was hilarious. He was like, Glennon. He's like,
shout out Mike Glenn, dude, our new backup quarterback.
That dude's neck
I like that signing a lot.
That dude's neck is actually like 3 feet long. He's like a giraffe. I saw a meme that was like, he was like, his neck is so long, he's going to have an extra few inches to look over the offensive line. It's true. He's like 6'7". The guy's a big guy. It's so funny.
If he had a normal neck, he'd be like 6'4".
No, facts. And Corey, Rashad Bateman, I don't even know if he's a sleeper right now, bro. He's been on our radar for a couple weeks, maybe a couple months at this point. He's an absolute monster. You know, this guy is a refined route runner. He makes flashy catches. His release package is very advanced from a guy coming from Minnesota. And the only reason he's not getting as much buzz as the rest of them is because he's from Minnesota. He's coming out of a smaller school, smaller program. If he went to Alabama, if he went to Georgia, if he went to Ohio State, that guy would be a first round top 5 lock, in my opinion. Easily a top 5 lock. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I've said it plenty. I love Rashad Bateman. He's one of my favorite players in this whole draft class. I think he's so fun to watch. I think he's so underrated. He's going to be the Justin Jefferson of this class. I truly believe that. I think he's going to go to the right team because he's being picked late. So he's going to go to the right situation. The team's going to take him. He's going to be a great wide receiver one. It's going to be really, really exciting to see what he can do. I'm very high on him. I would love him on the Giants, whether that's at 11 or preferably in a trade down, just so we can get more assets. But yeah, Rashad Bateman, I want to do a film breakdown on him soon, so stay tuned for that. At some point, I will do that, probably once the free agency hype dies down, because I really love his game, and I'm very excited to discuss that with you guys because that is a really, really solid wide receiver prospect. And like Alex said, if he played at like an SEC school and put up major production because he was in an SEC offense, I really think that he would be a top 10 pick. But, he's just being pushed down the board because he didn't play at an SEC school like the top players in this class did. So, and I agree. Yeah, Bateman over Smith for me too. Bateman's my wide receiver 3 in this class.
Yeah. Facts and Tuto, another generous donation, Tuto. The
Thank you,
man from
Tuto.
Palermo. I can't wait to come to Italy, Tuto, and meet you. I'm dying to go to Italy, do a little drive down the West Coast, go to Napoli and stuff, go see some good soccer games. That's my dream. To do that
Napoli
soon.
is my soccer team if I had one. That's the part of Italy that my family's from. My great grandpa came over from Napoli, so he was a huge
Really?
Napoli soccer fan or football, rather
Yeah,
football
yeah.
fan. So that's if I have a
Napoli's
team.
good.
If I'm watching football, I'm watching Napoli. That's my squad because that's my
Yeah.
family. Napoli. That's where we're
I've
from.
been there. I've been to Naples one time, and I went to the first pizza place in history. It was
I gotta
freaking
go,
amazing.
man.
It
I
was
haven't
freaking
been to
amazing.
Italy yet, but I will go
It's
soon. I
insane. You'll
will
never
go
come
at
back.
some point.
You'll never
Shout
come
out
back.
to Toe. I totally believe Giants have a young and very talented team. All they need is a few adjustment tweaks, better and improved schemes, training, and preparations. I agree, man. I really do. I think the Giants have a lot of really solid young talent, a lot of potential on this roster. They do need a few adjustments, need to patch a few holes here and there, and I do think they need to improve the offensive scheme. I think the defensive scheme is excellent, but on offense, I think they need to improve that. But yeah, I do see a bright future for the Giants if they can get a few things straightened out. I really do agree, Tuto.
Yeah, no, absolutely facts. And guys, with the NFC East, like my big question here is like, who is going to be the team that stands out next year? I think Washington actually could be a little underrated. I think Ryan Fitzpatrick, while I don't think he's like an elite quarterback by any means, I think he can get the job done. A lot of wide receivers, I heard that a lot of wide receivers were asking specifically to play for Ryan Fitzpatrick because they know he'll get him the ball. They're going to be low key good. I think Washington, they have a sick defense. They have one of the best pass attacks and one of the best passers in the league last year. Dallas, I don't think Dallas is going to be great. Their defense is still garbage, and they lost Cheeto Awuzie. They lost somebody, a big cornerback, and I mean, Eagles are a mess. I've never been so happy to watch the Eagles just absolutely degrade mess of a franchise, and they're going to ruin Jalen Hurts too. Jalen Hurts. I feel bad for that guy. My overall opinion on Giants Twitter, it's an absolute free for all. Giants Twitter is an absolute like cesspool of just everybody going at each other at once. But when we're all on the same team, it's absolutely amazing. When everyone's on
so fun. The Golladay train is a lot of fun.
I wish everybody was in the same boat more often because we would have the best Twitter out of any team if we were all super excited. Like this is probably what Patriots Twitter is like for the past like 6 years. Like everyone's always like in a good mood, agreeing with things. Everything's going well, but we've just been going at each other for so long. Like I really want Giants Twitter to just, become better when this team gets better and everyone gets on the same page. And we're finally like, I'm super hyped for the game, the live streams, the this, the that. I could barely get myself to watch the game sometimes the past couple of years. It was just so difficult.
I agree with CMK. Giants Twitter is too negative and divided. I completely agree. It is. And it's it all stems from this one conversation that people just cannot stop having. And it's like really ridiculous because if you have one opinion and you keep saying it to people and nobody's changing their mind, what is the point in continuing to try and tell them your opinion? I don't know. It's like shout out Jay-Z. Gonna quote Jay-Z here, right? A wise man, he says this in what song is this? He says, a wise man once told me, don't argue with a fool because people from a distance can't tell who is who. Literally, a lot of these people that are just fighting on Twitter all the time, both sides, you both look dumb, put it to rest, move on, go do something more productive. That's how I think about Giants Twitter sometimes. It is way too intense. There's way too much animosity, and I can't stand it.
Yeah,
that's why I took a pretty lengthy break in February. I'm sure a lot of you follow me on Twitter. I kind of stopped tweeting for a while. I just couldn't stand it because in February you all got really bored. Everyone got really bored and just decided they wanted to argue with each other and attack each other. So I was like, I'm out, peace. But now the free agency's going.
Yeah,
I'm here, ready.
Anthony's setting bars.
Some more. Yeah, dude, I got bars, bro. You have no idea.
Bengals Twitter, I don't even want to go over there, man. That scares me. Bengals Twitter is like, you go in there, it's like you never come back. It's like it's just an abyss. You never come back. It's like the Browns have made it out of the abyss. They've recovered after a very long droughts. But the Cincinnati, man, I mean, after Joey Burrow went down with the ACL tear, man, right to the abyss. They're hurting right now. They want Kenny Golladay more than we do. It's anything. What is Pat Leonard doing now?
Yo, Sly Cooper, I gotta say this. I gotta shout out your name. At my fraternity, a raccoon has appeared and has been hanging out a lot. We named it Sly Cooper. That's really funny. We've been
Sly
feeding
Cooper.
him. He's been just chilling in the backyard. That's so funny that your name is Sly Cooper.
Of course you would become friends with a raccoon.
I don't go near the thing, but plenty of my brothers, they just love feeding this raccoon and they want to domesticate it. And I think it's an interesting little science
terrible
experiment.
idea. That is
It's a really terrible idea, but raccoons
only
can be
wants
domesticated. I knew a girl in high school who had a pet raccoon. She would cuddle with it all the time. It was really interesting.
Was she crazy?
She was from.
Who has a raccoon for a pet?
She was from.
I could handle a squirrel.
Wherever Rihanna's from, I think that's where she was from.
I could handle a squirrel.
A squirrel,
but not a raccoon.
Imagine chilling with a squirrel. Imagine just laying in bed next to a squirrel. All right, then.
Yo,
Kenny G or Hakeem? Like Hakeem next? Interesting.
I know my glasses.
Probably Hakeem next.
I got LASIK.
Yeah,
I don't know. I gotta get new headshots, man. So let me see. What somebody asked Copeland. I don't think he was in for a visit. I don't think Copeland was in for a visit. I think he's more of a depth piece. I think the Giants are going to try and make a couple signings at outside linebacker and see if one sticks. I think that's. I don't think so because they signed him yesterday, and he would have had to come in on Wednesday because players weren't allowed to see the teams until Wednesday. So if it did happen, it was same day, and I imagine it probably wasn't because it was like in the afternoon. And Sky, thank you so much for the love, and Danny, he's a true artist. True artist.
Yeah, Danny's phenomenal. Like I said, he is as great. Like he is as important to this, as Alex and I. He's very, very important to this channel that we've created.
Oh yeah.
So thank you so much for the support, Sky. We try and give you great analysis every single time. So, also Drew. Never mind. I'm just gonna laugh at Drew. Matt, Eddie Jackson is unhappy. I think that's interesting. He's probably going to request a trade. Akeem Hicks just requested a trade. Sounds like everything's about to blow up in Chicago. Don't think the Giants would be suitors for Eddie Jackson, though. Our safety room's pretty crowded with a lot of talent. The Copeland question, though, I did just look it up. He has a visit planned. I don't think he's actually visited with them yet. Okay. He has a visit planned with the Giants and the Falcons. And Zach Rosenblatt, he made this analysis. He said this is changing the Giants' approach from last year because they're actually allowed to have people in their building right now, where last year they couldn't. So I think that's a good analysis, good point.
Interesting, Zach. Zach made a good point. Garofalo said that the Broncos are going after Kyle Fuller, and it might mean they could pass on a corner at 9. So I think
could mean my boy Caleb Farley's on the board if we're going defense. Also, Joe, you know it, bro. Joe, I know I've seen the comment. You know it.
Mike Glennon is goated. He's better than Colt McCoy. Colt McCoy, I felt like they were like, oh, he has a decent arm. The guy, the ball, I'd be waiting for it to come down. Like it just never came down. I feel like it was floating, like hovering in midair all the time.
Mike Glennon is the GOAT.
He can throw, man.
I think Mike Glennon might end up being the greatest quarterback in Giants.
I don't think he's a GOAT. I think he's a giraffe.
Yeah, maybe that's more accurate.
He's more of a giraffe.
Sophomore slump. Kyle Fuller was released from the Bears. We've touched on that quite a few times throughout this live stream. You might just be tuning in. It's definitely interesting. If the Giants were to get him, I'd be ecstatic, but I don't think we can afford him if we're going after Golladay. Just doesn't seem likely. But yeah, I would love Fuller. Fuller's a phenomenal talent. And shout out NONYM. Thank you so much for the donation.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And the LASIK, how was it? Yeah. It hurt like hell. It felt like they were stabbing me in the eye. That's not supposed to, scare you away from doing it. It was the best decision I've ever made. I had glasses a year ago. I got it on Valentine's Day. I went out with my girlfriend. I had these massive black glasses on that I couldn't see. I looked like Rayman. And we went into this dark restaurant. And she had to hold my hand. She was cracking jokes. Like people probably thought she was dating a blind guy. And so I was walking into the restaurant it was crazy, but I couldn't see anything because they were so dark. But LASIK, Gurek, if you didn't feel a thing, that man, you might have a strong pain tolerance, but they freaking sucked that thing onto my eyeball. It felt like they were sucking my eyeball out of my head. and then they lasered it and they made a mistake. So it's supposed to take like 5 minutes per each eye, but they spent like 15 minutes on one of my eyes because I think they messed up and they had to fix it. So that scared the crap out of me. This woman's like, I've done 50,000 of these surgeries. And I'm like, yeah, I believe you. But then she almost broke my eyeball. So that was not cool. You should, if you're considering getting LASIK, highly recommend it. Completely changed my life. Of course, like COVID hit the second I got it. So I haven't really been able to go see many things that aren't at my apartment and be out just a couple blocks away from me. But yes, Michael, the picture I have in my Twitter profile is an older picture. I have to get new headshots. My glasses are long gone. I threw those in the garbage. You get 4K vision. If you got 4K vision, that would be pretty lit. But no, definitely worth it. I would definitely recommend doing it. Let me see.
Let me rapid fire a few questions because
I was gonna say
we're missing them. Carlitos, random question: how do you think Saquon will play this year after injury? I hope he recovers fully. I think he'll play great. I think that the Giants' offensive scheme is going to be better. So yeah, I think he's going to have a good season if he stays healthy. Do we have enough money for Golladay? I think that we absolutely do. If you see the Giants restructure somebody, that means they're signing Golladay. But I do think that they have enough money already, and they don't even have to restructure somebody if they don't want to, but they probably should. NFL DNA, would you blow up if we got another receiver in the draft if the Giants signed Golladay? No, I would be happy with that. I don't mind double dipping at the wide receiver position. I would love Golladay, and if Waddle's on the board, I take him. If I'd even consider Bateman. Bateman's probably a little lower down my board. There's probably some defenders I would take over him if they're on the board. But yeah, I don't mind going wide receiver back to back. Fuller goes to Denver. Yeah, Parsons 22. Good luck. Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what they do because it could have a cornerback fall down the board. Illuminati confirmed. I don't know what that means.
Shout out to Hugh.
But, yeah.
Reactio.
Shout out Hugh.
Happy birthday. Hope you have a good one.
Yep.
Have a beer for Kenny Golladay.
Dude, they could be children.
That's true. Don't have a beer. Have an apple juice.
Don't have a beer.
All right, Eric. Do you eat dinner at 4:30 in the afternoon or something?
I have dinner much later than 5 p.m.
Yeah. I eat dinner at like 8, 7:30, sometimes 9 if I'm feeling crazy. I mean, I haven't eaten yet. Probably like 9:30.
Alex, did you catch that with the name did you catch that with the name, the birthday shout out name that you did?
No. Oh, that's hilarious.
I knew it. That's why I just said shout out Hugh.
I'm so happy I didn't say that middle initial. That's hilarious. Wow. My ignorance really helped me out on that one big time.
Just shout out Hugh is all I had to say.
Dinner's cooking now. Go ahead.
Which one is more likely to drop to 11? I definitely think that Devontae Smith is more likely to drop to 11 than Jalen Waddle. But
Aleem McNeil's going 2. He's going number 1 overall.
Aleem McNeil, man, if the Giants take him in the second round, I'd still be over the moon, even though his value is probably better in the third round. But even if they took him in the second, I'd be hyped. He's going to fill a huge need. So
yeah, and Sly Cooper. Answer your question real quick because I've seen you post this a couple times. Think Kenny's going to do a press conference after he signs, like Leo did today. You guys think he'll get $15 million per season? I think that he'll get $14 million per season over 3 years. I think it'll be about 3 years, $42 million. That's what I'm projecting for him. And that's a good point, Rafael. Let's mention that. The Giants' interest in Kenny shows Jason Garrett wants to have a vertical offense now. I think not only Kenny, but also John Ross. And that's what Football Productions, that leads me to that. My thoughts on John Ross are this. He is very good for a couple reasons. The first one is he forces cornerbacks to play off-ball coverage. And when you do that, it forces you to have safety help too, because he is so good at baiting corners into jumping and then just bailing out and going deep. He has very good ability to come back on comeback routes and hooks. He can really bait these corners into making him think he's going on go routes and just turn around and catch nice passes. Problem is, he was in the 9th percentile with hand size in 2017 in the draft. He has some of the smallest hands for a receiver, and it shows. He drops a lot of passes because of it. And the injury woes, that's another one that, that's a problem. But he's a pretty good, decent gadget type of player. You can use him on end arounds, use him on touch passes, wide receiver screens. You can do interesting with him. So I do like him just to stretch the field and force teams to play more cover 2. and just more two safety looks, just too deep. Because if you have a guy like Darius Slayton or Kenny Golladay and John Ross on both sides, you have to have two safeties at all times, which takes a safety out of the box, meaning that the running game is more effective because there's one last guy to stop Saquon Barkley in the running game, which is why I think a guy like John Ross, Darius Slayton, Kenny Golladay on the outside is simply phenomenal. I'm excited. This offense is going to look completely different next year, and we're seeing that because we saw what they kind of played more of a West Coast style dink and dunk last season, and they're kind of shifting to a more vertical scheme, like an air raid type of offense with all these speed guys. And I'm really excited to see that because I think that's super important.
Yeah, I think keep in mind, Freddie Kitchens is now senior offensive assistant. I think that he's going to make the offense a lot more vertical, and I think that's going to be really good for Golladay and a guy like John Ross as well. No face, no case. I'm not disrespecting Devontae Smith. I think he's phenomenal. I think he's a first-round talent. I just like Bateman a little bit more. I'm just very high on Devontae Smith. It's nothing, no disrespect to Devontae Smith. I really like him as well. I just like Bateman a lot for some reason, or I have multiple reasons, but, I'll get into that when we make a video. Also, who said this? I got to find it again. Drill. The highlight mixtape might happen for the flag football because, dude, this last game, did I talk about this on the live stream last night? I don't remember. My 4 touchdown pass performance. I went out there, played quarterback this time, the position switch because our quarterback broke his finger. Dude, I balled out. I threw a 40-yard bomb on the run, like no joke. It was the prettiest pass I've ever thrown in my life. And I was out there. I actually, because in this flag football, there is a pass rush, but you're not allowed to put your hands on anybody and block them. You have to stand in front of them. So basically, you're pressured every single play. And I just was running around in circles the whole time, then throwing it up like Patrick Mahomes. And I went off in that game. This one kid was chasing me doing the rush. I turned the corner so hard, he actually twisted his ankle and was injured for the rest of the game. I literally broke somebody's ankles. It was really lit. It was really, really dope. So I'll try and get the highlight tape.
So are you happy about injuring this poor man?
Yeah, I am, because he's from a rival frat. So screw it.
I guess when you're in this athletic game and you break someone's ankles, if they break their ankle, it's just even better, man. It's even better. You're just stay down. Yeah,
flag football is so much fun though. It's a great time. It's really, really fun. And we have we get the whole fraternity to come stand on the sideline and be really, really loud, and it's so fun. It's a great time. And man, I was really out there like a young Patrick Mahomes. You have no idea. Yeah, Dave Gettleman better be watching, bro. He better be scouting me.
He's from a rival frat.
Yeah, dude. I was amped up. I'm like, oh, I know who we're playing. I got to ball out right now.
I'm just picturing you guys in a survival type of situation, all your fraternities in survival and just absolute battles. What's that book that everyone something with the grapes, the Grapes of Wrath? Is that the book where they're all on an island and the kids are trying to survive? Am I bugging? I don't know. Somebody probably remembers this around our age, even older. They probably know. But this is a good question from Victor. I do want to mention. Aren't you guys concerned about our offensive line? We can waste all the money invested in Golladay and Rudolph if it's inconsistent again. That's a very valid point, and I think that's something we got to bring up, that the offensive line is not solved. This is still going to be a bad unit next year if we don't allocate some resources toward it. And I'm thinking that the second-round pick is probably where we're going to go. I think the right tackle is going to be Nate Solder and Matt Parrott. I think left tackle is obviously solidified. I think left guard, you have Shane Lemieux. I think they're going to start him there. And then you have Nick Gates. And I think right guard, they'll probably draft somebody and they'll have Will Hernandez. And they'll just let it rock and see what happens. But they have so little money invested there now. Lord of the Flies. Yes, Lord of the Flies. Thank you guys for letting me know. I don't know. What the hell is Grapes of Wrath? Oh, I forget the storyline behind Grapes of Wrath. If you guys want to let me know what that is. So who said Hunger Games? You absolutely.
I'm concerned about the offensive line. I'll just put my take out there. Yes, I am concerned about the offensive line. I'm very concerned about the guard situation. I don't know what the Giants are going to do there. I'm not a huge fan of Shane Lemieux. I know a lot of you are, but for me, doesn't really doesn't satisfy. So, but we'll see.
What is the whole Golladay thing? What does that mean? These Cincinnati fans?
Yeah, because they say "Who Day." That's their slogan. You know how the Saints are "Who Dat Nation." Cincinnati,
yeah, but Cincinnati is so irrelevant. I've never heard this in my life.
Well, maybe you just don't watch enough football,
or Cincinnati Bengal football, which is totally reasonable.
It's definitely reasonable. I'll say that much. It's definitely reasonable.
Garbage. The only time I enjoyed watching Cincinnati football is when they had TJ Houshmandzadeh and Chad Johnson. That was the only time I enjoyed watching.
Love Ocho.
And Carson Palmer when he was there was pretty fire. But I think we have a better chance of getting Golladay. Sorry, guys. All of you, I guess Day is pretty popular. I don't know why I've never heard this. I guess you learn something every day. But offensive line said Turnstile. Yes, that's probably going to be the case again. 1-year contracts are trending. Lord of the Grapes. No, Rafi. That's a pretty funny name, though. Twitter is quiet because they're meeting right now and there's no news coming out. We finally know what's going on. Like, that's kind of where we're at this point. Everybody was like freaking out because nobody knew what was going on. Right now, we know that Kenny Golladay is meeting with the Giants. So now we wait. This is the waiting portion. I'm not going to sleep tonight. I'm going to put a wooden spoon under my pillow, hoping that Kenny Golladay sign tomorrow.
Yo, I have a quick off-topic question for the chat. Have you guys watched the Snyder Cut? And if you did, let me know what you think, because I'm going to watch it soon. So I'm kind of like, Zack Snyder, the Justice League cut. Let me know. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. You'll let me know in the comments. It came out today, so if you've seen it, let me know.
And Matt, New York, if you're here in the summer, New York is hot trash. It smells like hot trash. So you're not wrong.
I am coming to New York in the summer, and I can't wait. I'm going to spend like probably half my time there on Long Island, and then a good portion of it in the city as well. Very, very excited. Alex and I are going to meet up, do some in-person content together. It's going to be crazy.
Absolutely. Very Absolutely. We're going to do that. Appreciate the love, Will. What does the Bears talk about Golladay? So Golladay is from Chicago, and I think this was more of a maneuver from his agents to try and drive up the price and drive up the interest in him. I don't think he actually wants to go to Chicago, because if he did, he wouldn't have left that room without a contract. He came to the Giants. It's known he wants to come to the Giants. Saquon's been trying to get him here. And, I don't know. I think the Chicago news is kind of just a smokescreen. They still have Allen Robinson. I think most likely that move to bring in Kenny Golladay was supposed to pressure Allen Robinson to sign the franchise tag. I think it was supposed to scare him. So I think that's kind of where they went with that. But let's see what else we got going on here. The fingerless glove sly. So the reason I have these gloves is because I type and I do a lot of work and I edit a lot of videos and stuff, and my fingers start to hurt. I also play a lot of Xbox. I play a lot of Call of Duty right now. On that flow, a little bit of Madden, a little bit of FIFA, and a little bit of Halo. Sometimes every now and then.
I might have to do another video game stream soon. We gotta get back on those.
Yeah, so because of that, my hands kind of hurt sometimes. So I have to wear these gloves for compression, so my hands don't fall off when I'm 30. But I've been really into the Call of Duty now, so I'm just kind of eating the pain.
That's funny. I do think that Judge Kenny and Dave are sharing a bed for their sleepover. I do.
That's creepy. I feel like Dave Gettleman's the type of guy that like drinks eggnog in the summer.
That is just a disgusting thing to say, and I don't know why you would say that. That's like really that just grossed me out. Ew.
Like he seeks eggnog at like
catch me drinking eggnog in general. You just can't catch me drinking eggnog.
I went through a phase where I was drinking eggnog by like the garden.
Yo, oh my God, you gotta relax, bro.
I was young. It was disgusting.
That's so good.
Yes,
I've seen The Blind Side. Great movie. It's been a while.
Michael Orr, right? Michael Orr. Name? He was in the league. He was with the Ravens for a while.
And the Panthers.
They got bunk beds. Oh my God.
Nah, I think they're spooning right now. Who's the big spoon is the question.
Ew. Are you talking Gettleman? Is this really turning into your OnlyFans page, bro? This is so reckless.
Stay tuned.
This is like a storytelling session from Anthony, like telling you, ew.
Stay tuned, boys.
Creepy ass guy. Creepy ass guy.
Bro. What's up with me right now? Literally activating.
Yeah, Anthony's going out with a girl now, so he's all full of moves.
Cracking out the stash. You have a little. So
you got to grow out the stash with a little French You got to make the whole little French twirls.
I don't think I can. It's not long enough. I don't think it will be anytime soon. It's about as far as it's going. So,
while eating a tub of mayo, I feel like that's some South Park type jargon. Is she bad, Anthony? She watching the stream?
Probably not. She's not really into football like that. She's a Baltimore Ravens fan. She's from Maryland.
She should be in football if she's a Baltimore. She knows Emmanuel Quickly though, right?
She does. She went
If
to
you're a
high
Knicks
school
fan,
quickly.
if
She
you're a
was telling
Knicks
me some
fan,
stories about him. She knew him like very, very well. Like has his like number and stuff. She knows Emmanuel Quickly. Very
yeah,
interesting.
if you're a Knicks fan, Anthony's got the hookup with Emmanuel Quickly. He can get you absolutely nothing out of this. I've already tried.
Literally.
I've already tried.
Yeah.
You don't got to break up with a Ravens fan. You got to break up with the Washington,
I just
Dallas.
if she was one of those, I wouldn't even be talking to her. Get out of here. I wouldn't even be talking to her if she was a Philly fan. I would literally turn the other way.
Oh yeah. I picked a girl who has no interest in football whatsoever, because I don't want to risk even the 1 in 30 chance that they're a fan of either of those teams. She's at Broken Ankles frat house right now.
That's so funny. That's really funny, Matt.
Drew, I actually didn't peak in high school. I peaked after high school, so joke's on
Alex
me.
hasn't even peaked yet, bro.
I know,
Alex
bro,
is building a company from the ground up. He literally hasn't even peaked yet.
I appreciate that. Some might argue that I peaked in high school when I had glasses, and then I got glasses taken away, and then I went downhill from there.
Actually, this is funny, JBB Vinty. I totally did not peak in high school. I was not cool at all in high school. I had like no friends. I'm definitely peaking right now in college. This will be the peak of my life. I know that, and it's going to be very depressing after that.
I've known you for a couple years now, and I can say that I've watched you grow into this fine young lad, and this is the most confident you've been, I think, ever. Alex's Twitter photo is the peak. True. Yeah, no, that's
I appreciate
a fact.
that, Alex.
I gotta upgrade my Twitter photo eventually.
Yeah, man. Jack, it's my fraternity, Sigma Nu. That's the flag in the back. Answer that. I've answered that a few times, but yeah, I know not everybody hears it every time I answer it. But yeah, it's the flag of old Sigma Nu.
Really, bro? I don't look like Woody from Toy Story.
Woody from Toy Story.
Noam, Noam, are you Israeli? By the way, I want to ask you that because you have a cool name. I know a couple of people named Noam, but I will tweet out right now to get us to a chance.
Mint Oreos are pretty good, Steven. I like mint Oreos.
All right, guys, I'm going to start a chant on Twitter right now so you guys can come and help me out and get this started.
I'll link it. I'll copy and paste it and link it.
Okay.
Rafi, I don't even know what that means. Burr, I've seen you comment this a few times. That's like really, really cool. And we will be looking for you when we make our tailgate trip. When we get over to the stadium, to MetLife Stadium, we will look for your Giants bus and we will say, "What's up, Burr?" And that'll be fun because we're gonna do a meetup at the stadium this year. We're gonna do tailgate. Hopefully, all of you show up. We'll get a lot of people, and it would be a lot of fun. So, looking forward to that.
All right, I tweeted it out. I'll post it in the stream.
Hold on. Quick question. I know we have a lot of people who are in college here. I saw someone say earlier that they're going to rush next semester. So I will answer all of your fraternity questions. Someone said, "How is your room not loud if I live in a frat?" I don't live in the frat house. I probably will at some point, but right now I'm just living in an apartment because I need it quiet to do the podcast and everything. So I needed the quiet room. But I have a pretty high position in the fraternity right now. So next year I could probably move in there and get a very quiet room and have the authority to tell people to shut up if they're being loud.
Oh, you're president of the Goofy Goobers Club.
I'm not.
If you're a SpongeBob fan,
I will probably be nominated for the president because people have told me they want me to do it, but I don't think I have time with everything that Alex and I have been doing. So we'll see. Yeah, I am the meme manager, recorder. I make the memes. I make really good memes too. All right, let me say this, Steven. I did not run a 4.23, man. I did not. But I am. I'm not fast. Listen, I'm not the fastest. But I run great routes. It's quickness is my thing, and I have good hands. What grade? I'm a sophomore right now. I'm a sophomore in college, Matt. Technically, I'm a junior by credits, but sophomore by year, and I'm gonna go all 4 years anyway because I'm gonna take 2 minors so I can stay here as long as possible.
Bro, the We Want Kenny chant is alive and well. We got 40 comments.
Yo, Matt, I have to answer this question. I have such a good answer for this. Hold on. He asked me, "What's my fraternity name?" Not the fraternity's name.
It's Vanilla Vic.
Nah, no, you know it. I've shown you this. This is my jersey.
I remember.
Right? Gabagool.
Gabagool. You're getting
Darth
some
Vader, I'm a big Star
insider
Wars fan.
info.
And then over here, you can see we got the Lombardi Trophy because that's all I care about.
Gabagool.
Giants
You
winning
got to
Super
say it
Bowl.
with an accent though.
Yeah, I mean, if you're saying the word gabagool, you're just saying Capicola with an accent. So
Gabagool.
gabagool. That's how I say it because I'm in an Italian family, Italian American family, so we do call it gabagool. And yeah, I also have been called Soprano before, and I'm also no one calls me Anthony; they all call me Tony. And thanks, Danny. It is pretty fresh. It was given to me. That's how it works in this fraternity. So my fraternal big did a really really great job. So very very appreciative. Shout out Eric because he actually might be watching this. Shout out Eric.
Shout out Eric. Shout out Eric. And hold on, we got a couple things that I've been looking at here. I do want to mention. Let's see if I could find them. If Golladay signs, will the Giants get Kyle Pitts? I mean, man, I can't imagine you have Golladay, Sterling Shepard, John Ross, and Jairus Slayton, and Evan Ingram and Kyle Rudolph, and go Kyle Pitts. I think they're probably estimating he'll be off the board by that time. But I will say this: Micah Parsons, Caleb Farley. If you want to go Devonta Smith, look, there's no shame or harm in turning a really bad weakness into your best strength. There's no shame in going Kenny Golladay and then getting Jalen Waddle or Kyle Pitts or Devonta Smith or Rashad Bateman and completely just turning your wide receiver room into one of the best in football. There's no problem. I don't have any problem with doing that. Anthony, your armpits very smelly. You seem like that guy.
Nah, that's man. Fair. Listen, I smell very good, so I've been told by many people.
Yeah, you definitely wear over amounts of cologne. I get that sense.
I do wear a lot of cologne, but yeah, I do wear a lot of cologne. I have been told that I do put a, but it's not because I don't shower. I do shower. I do shower quite a lot. I showered like 3 times today, actually. So I don't have smelly armpits, but I do wear a lot of cologne because I've been told that it's really good, and the ladies seem to like it. So gotta throw that on.
Oh well, at least a Ravens fan likes it. We don't know about the other ladies.
Actually, last one that I was hanging out with was a Giants fan. She's from actually Queens. She liked it too. So, take that, Alex.
You're taking Stetson down, dude. You're gonna have to.
Right. Matt's name is Dump Truck. That's awesome, dude. That's hilarious. That is so funny.
Dump Truck? That's hilarious. I want to hear the story behind that.
Yeah, there's always a story. Like the Gabagool, there's a story because last semester I used to have like Italian lunch meats, and I would eat them like with my friend in the fraternity. I would just bring them to the house. We would just sit down and eat Italian lunch meat. So that's how I got the Gabagool. There's a story behind it. Always fun.
Hey, Allison. Interesting question. Not entirely sure what it means, but I will try to answer it to the best of my abilities. I could call him Ant. I could call him Gabagool. But I call him Anthony. I've always called him Anthony. I feel like
you could call me Tony. It's becoming very normal in my life to be called Tony. That's normal to me now.
Okay. Ant, Tony. I might just start changing it up and see which one you respond to.
I'll respond to all of them.
Also, what's good, Ben McAdoo?
Nicknames in my life. It's crazy. Ben McAdoo, I don't like you, man.
I love your hairstyle, Ben. Ben McAdoo has the top 5 hairstyle in football.
Totally.
Showering
exactly which one you're laughing at. You guys are so funny.
Danny, you're right. Anthony, just don't OD on the cologne and smell like a Spanish uncle. That's funny. Jason, I used to play Halo 3. Not anymore. I've been playing Halo Wars recently. Kind of a low-key game, but it's really fun. Crab cakes. I can't even. There's too much going on here. I don't even know where to start. I meant when you introduce yourself in videos, you say Anthony Rivardo, but you never say your full name. I can say my full name. Do you want Alex or Alexander? I could go, my name is Alexander, but it might take a little bit longer. I can say Al and Ant. I just break it down really just to the bare bones. But Tony is definitely the most mafia-related nickname ever. That's true. A bottle of Axe is not. I remember in high school when people used to bring like just wild amounts of Axe and just spray.
We're Versace, bro. Can't catch.
Do you really? You were Versace? How much is a bottle of Versace going for?
$55.
55 bucks?
Mm-hmm.
That's not too bad. Too bad.
It's reasonable.
All right, let's get back. Let's get back to
Delta Mu, Roman. Delta Mu. If you're also in Sigma Nu, let me know. That'd be really cool. Yeah, Delta Mu.
Did you see Leo's press conference talk about how much he loves the Giants and how he wants to be a leader? Yeah, I did see that actually. $45 million guaranteed would make I will say whatever you want. If you give me $45 million guaranteed, I will say whatever you want. Anthony will probably do whatever you want, but that's because he has OnlyFans.
Shut up. Roman, that's awesome, bro. Shout out. I'm going to actually look that up on the directory and see what school you go to.
Sam,
very cool.
I wish I could get to more games, but living in New York City, it makes it really difficult to get to games sometimes, you know. But Jason, I went to college at St. John's in Queens. Interesting place. I ended up studying abroad.
University in DeLand, Florida. Stetson University.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Me? I just said where I went to school. I go to Stetson University.
Oh, Stetson. Rafi, you missed my jokes. Let me see if I can find a good joke for you guys right now. Maybe I'll bring up some good ones. Let's go.
Mu Kappa. Southeast Missouri State University. That's Mu Kappa. That's cool.
All right, Anthony, I have a joke for you. Why do ducks fly over Dallas upside down?
Because Dak Prescott's their quarterback.
There's nothing worth crapping on.
Oh,
not bad. I studied abroad, David. I studied abroad at a really cool program, actually. I studied in Sevilla in Spain. I studied in France and Rome, and it was by far the best time of my life. And going to college at UConn, that's really cool. Matt Parent went to UConn. We have somebody that works with us. He writes about the Jets for ESM. He goes to UConn as well. 30 minutes from the stadium. You're really lucky, man. I wish I would be closer to the stadium one day. Hopefully I'll be able to just go over there. Hopefully we'll be in the stadium as reporting journalists like that. And we'll get you guys going. Allen Robinson just signed the franchise tag. See, I guess Chicago baited him into
something to that, right? That's interesting because what that could potentially mean, not saying this is what it means, but him signing the franchise tag, you know, I'm sure we all saw the report that Chicago met with Kenny Golladay last night. Him signing the franchise tag could realistically mean that you're looking.
That baited him. That baited him.
It could be trading. Could be a trade thing. Could be a sign and trade. That's possible.
Maybe. Imagine they signed and traded him to the Giants. That'd be crazy. What a monster day that would be. I'd be freaking out.
Up on that.
Oh yeah, I don't want to get people's hopes up, but the idea of like the sign and trade would be just insane. I'm just going crazy about it.
Roman, your chapter of Sigma Nu is huge, man. It's like 3 times the size of mine. That's crazy. Your chapter is huge. I go to a very small school, but yeah, I'm looking them up. Pin number 508. That is far higher than mine, so it must be a new chapter. Interesting. That's so cool, man. I love seeing the connections that we have with people. I love hearing where you guys are from. I love hearing what colleges you go to, you know, stuff like that. It's so cool. It's so fun.
Yes, sir. You guys have any, man, I mean, look, the We Want Kenny tweet, 82 comments, guys. We got it going. But yes.
We'll tweet to that.
Yeah, look, let's talk about Golladay for a second and what this Allen Robinson means for him. I mean, for Golladay, this really means that in the Giants, it gives him a little bit more leverage, you know, because ultimately if they have Allen Robinson and they're going to stick with him and he's staying in Chicago, they had to cut a crap ton of players. They can't afford to sign Kenny Golladay. So you can already take Chicago off the list. I think it's really coming down to Cincinnati and the Giants. Cincinnati, we already know their deal is a 1-year prove-it deal. And the Giants probably will give him, if all goes well, year, 2 years, it'll be good. It'll be really good for the Giants to bring him in. And Kenny Golladay, me in the stream, yeah, I don't know what that means. Any other good questions? Any questions you guys have for us? We will wrap this up in about 5-10 minutes or so. But I want to get some last questions from you guys. Football related, personal related. I don't really care.
Ben McAdoo's been trying to beef with me this whole time. He's been trying to
Walmart.
Disrespect my route run and disrespect my hands. I'm telling you, man, I'll get a highlight video out eventually. I'm hopefully going to go play some football with Tate Allen. That would be really cool. And then, yeah.
So the Dolphins just signed Will Fuller, so they're out on Kenny Golladay. And what do I think about Patrick Peterson's 1-year, $10 million deal? I think that's very good for him. But I don't think guys like Malcolm Butler will command that. I think he got lucky that he's getting that much money right now from a team. That's a lot of cash.
I gotta go look at this Will Fuller contract. I think that's such an interesting signing. I really do.
Yeah, I mean,
intriguing. 1 year deal. Did they not say how much it is? They just said 1 year deal. I'm not seeing the
what for who? It is 1 year deal, and it's worth upwards of 12 to 14 million. Like it could be more if he does that well.
That makes sense. That's about right. I thought the 11.5 per year for Curtis Samuel was really reasonable, and I think that was a really good job by Washington football team. But doesn't matter. They're still going to suck.
Trying to tweet and do this at the same time, really difficult. But yeah, I just want to get out that Allen Robinson signed the franchise tag. Will take them out of consideration for Kenny Golladay. I think it was a scare tactic to bring him in.
I don't think it does, bro. I really don't. I really think it opens up the opportunity for them to trade him in case Kenny Golladay decides to sign there. That's what it does, in my opinion.
Yeah,
personally, that's how I feel.
I mean, I don't think they're going to. They have a new quarterback coming in, Andy Dalton. They can't afford. If they were going to trade Allen Robinson, they would need to sign Kenny Golladay immediately. You know what I mean? It would have to be within like a couple hours because if the Giants scoop up Kenny Golladay before they trade Allen Robinson, they find a trade partner and then get him, you know, you're in bad spot, you know. I don't think that's the case for the Giants for the Bears. I don't think they're going to trade him because Kenny Golladay is going to be off the board by then.
Yeah. How did we meet? I think that's a really good question. I like that question. Twitter. So this is my story for that life story. You guys ready? Don't be shy. Go meet people. Like reach out. You can always get a great opportunity. Look at the opportunity that I have. I usually would never do that. And then one time I was like, screw it. I'm just going to message this guy on Twitter. It says he needs writers. So I started writing. Now here I am. And now I got fans and stuff. It's like crazy. So
I have fans and stuff.
I have fans.
He has only fans and stuff.
People around. I have people in Italy that know my name. Like that's crazy. You know, it's really, really cool. So don't be shy, guys. If you see something that you want, go get it.
Yeah. If you guys want to be in this industry, like, yeah, if any of you youngins out there, like, I want to be a sports reporter, I want to be this or that, more than happy to talk to you guys, give you some advice. You know, I've lived the process of trying to get there, and I'm working on it right now, but I've made a pretty good dent in that, you know, journey. So I think I have some good advice I can give for people that are looking to do that coming out of college or going even in high school. I've talked to many different people, so I'm always happy to help you guys. I think it's super important, you know, to give back to the young people because, you know, just to share what I've learned, it's super important. Could we get Fuller? Probably not, unless we're going to let Kenny Golladay go. I do not think that Kyle Fuller. I heard the Broncos recently are pushing for him big time, so highly doubt the Giants are able to secure his services. But you know, you never know. You never know. And I'd love to bring any of you guys on. If you guys want to come on in the next live stream, would love to bring you guys on and get some.
Yeah, we're gonna do that soon. We're gonna have you guys get on the live stream, and we'll you know, answer your questions and have conversations with you. We do plan on doing that soon, but we have to preface it with you have to behave. You cannot be profane. Like you have to behave because you know, yeah, you got to behave. So when we have you guys on, it'll be fun. It'll be exciting, but you know, behave.
Yeah. Unless you want to try doing one right now, bring one person on, and then we'll get off.
Sure. Who wants to come on? Who wants to come on?
Does anybody want to come on right now and hang out for a couple minutes? Just a couple minutes, and then we'll dip. We'll get off and we'll go watch the Knicks or have dinner at 5 p.m. wherever you are.
I'll go get the bushes flowing.
Yeah, I gotta have a glass of wine after today. It's pretty crazy. But if you guys want to come on, let me know. If you want to come on, hit me up on Twitter right now, and I'll send you a link. The first person that hits me up can come on the channel real quick for a couple minutes, and I'll send you an invite. So whoever gets to my Twitter first gets to come on.
Michael just nominated Airborne Cheeseburger. Airborne.
Yeah, Airborne, man. I would love for you to come on one day.
Yeah.
We need to see the face behind the
I'd love to know what Airborne Cheeseburger looks like.
And I'm dairy free, and I still want to see the face behind that cheese.
But you, Airborne, Steven, Michael, the guys that are here all the time that we know, Like you guys will all be on at some point whenever you want. So we're only going to put one guy on right now or one fan on right now, but we will get all of you on at some point. We'll keep having you on. It'll be fun. We'll be doing a lot of live streams in the future that collaborate with
Sequon for Life wants to come on. He was the first one. I'll send him the link. See,
Make
sure you have your face there because I don't want to have to.
So you're gonna when you join the stream, you're gonna have to show your face before we actually put you in the broadcast, and you're gonna have to promise us that you behave. So,
okay, let's see. Who
Alex,
wants to come
make
on?
sure his face is there.
Yeah, he bailed. I think he didn't want to see his face. He said, "Actually, wait, no, never mind." So if you want to come on, let me know. Maybe another time. He says he can't. Next time we'll get him on. But
that's fine. We'll get you on again.
Hit me up on Twitter. Just DM me. All you have to do is just DM me, and I will send you an invite right now. If anybody wants to, we'll see. Joshua Ramos, you tweeted at me. Just DM me if you want. Or Ryan, whoever gets there first. Joshua. All right, I got you. What's good, my guy? All right. Your AVI is kind of funny. You have the Giants guy with a gun to his head. I feel like that's how we always feel with the Giants. I feel like something's always about to go down. The Watson allegation.
Raul, I am a management major, business management.
Business management. What's your majors? I was actually a sports management major. Ended up doing exactly what I intended to do, which is rare.
Pretty cool.
I feel like you'll go different directions.
Steven, thank you for joining the Discord. We will do something with the Discord where we get Discord members on the stream soon. Alex, is this guy in the stream? Because I can't see him. In case you.
Allison wants to come on too. We'll get her on. Allison. We'll get you next time because I know Joshua was the first one. But next time for sure we'll get you on. Would love to talk Giants with you.
Next time we'll do a stream where it's just about having you all come on.
Here he is. Here's the man, the myth.
Yo,
good.
Yo,
this is wild.
What's up, Joshua?
What's up, dude? I've been watching for a minute now. This is awesome. I'm on YouTube. This is crazy. This is crazy, dude. I've been pacing back and forth all day. It's finals week, but this Kenny Golladay thing got me going right now. I don't know, man.
How the finals going?
They're all right.
I'm
on like where I go. It's like 10-week. They call them terms. So like I go in the fall for 10 weeks, the winter for 10 weeks, and then the spring starts up. The spring, 10 days.
Yeah, so you got the Kenny Golladay. It's kind of. I guess you've been pacing all day, right, for Kenny Golladay. I've been doing the same thing on refreshing Twitter like 100 times a minute.
Dude, I wake up, dude. I open Twitter.
Check my notifications,
dude. Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's probably unhealthy at this point. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh no, for sure. It definitely is unhealthy, bro. I know. It's like literally the first thing I do. It's like actually an addiction at this point. I think I've upgraded to addiction.
I refuse to go into the settings app on my iPhone and check my screen time because I know it is just going to be ungodly. I'm on my phone way too much with this Kenny Golladay stuff going on.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to happen tonight?
I think tomorrow. If it happens, it'll be tomorrow.
It happens really late tonight. That's my prediction. I think it happens tonight. Maybe it doesn't get announced till tomorrow, but I do think that he ends up. I think the deal happens tonight. I'll be up. So if anybody else is up, I'm probably going to be up because it's a Thursday night. So I'll probably be up really late, and I will make some tweets, and I will get an article live as soon as it happens.
I'm telling myself it's happening tomorrow because I don't want to stay up all night. I really don't.
Well, you don't have to. That's my job.
So where are you going to school, man?
I go to school at Drexel. It's in Philly.
Oh, we're in Philly.
Yep.
Oh, you're in enemy territory, bro.
Dude. Yeah, it's pretty. Dude, all my friends are Eagles fans, and like
a brutal bunch.
It's been, the past few years it's been brutal, but this year when we won, it's
amazing. The first time in a while.
Oh my god! Since ever since 2016, just get him. Oh, I can't. I gotta watch my language, but get him my stuff. Get him my stuff.
Getting your chops busted.
Yeah, get him my chops busted.
That's a good one.
Get him my chops busted for a while, and this year it felt fantastic.
I know, man.
Okay.
I had a friend. I have a Jets fan, a Jets friend, who he's a fan of the Jets, and he went to an Eagles game one time. His friend gave him an Eagles jersey, and he was like, "It was the most fun I've ever had at a game in my life." And I'm like, "That's because Jets games just kind of suck because they're always really terrible." But for the most part, like I've heard, it's absolute just manic there, bro. Like, I mean, you've heard the stories probably, right, with Eli Manning. Like their fans like would flip off his daughter and his wife, and they had to stop going to Philadelphia games in Philly because the fans were just absolute just animals. But they're diehard though. They're diehard. It's nice to see that like NFL teams have like diehard fans like that because it is pretty like it shows, man. They're in it to win.
Yeah, some Philly fans are pretty intense.
I mean, they had to what, oil up the light posts so that people weren't climbing them after the Super Bowl win.
Yeah, man. I mean, like it's like I just started recently living in Philly because of college, but I couldn't imagine being here during the Super Bowl. Like when they won the Super Bowl,
burning houses down.
No, it's no way. No way. I've actually never been to like a football game in person. So it was something I was looking forward to do before COVID, but
never been to a game, you said?
I never been to an NFL game in person. Yeah.
It's I mean, it's a great time, especially if you're like making a whole thing out of it, if you're like tailgating and doing the whole nine. But watching on TV is fun too. Like I enjoy watching on TV. Like I can just chill and like in my own, like I could wake up and like I know everyone here does this. They wake up and they just watch like Red Zone the entire day, just watching their fantasy football teams.
Yeah.
I feel like that's it. That's like what you do now, right, Anthony? I know you do the same thing. Don't lie to me.
Yeah, so in my apartment, I've got my roommates. They have they had 2 TVs in the living room because they like to play video games next to each other. But on football Sundays, the big TV would be whichever one of our favorite teams is playing, and then the little TV would have Red Zone on the whole time. So that was always fun.
Multiple TVs is the way to go, for sure.
Yeah, it's a good time.
But Josh, what do you think we're drafting, bro? Before we head off here, who do you think we're drafting? Give me the first 2 rounds. What are you thinking?
So in the first round, I mean, I think if we get Kenny Golladay, and just based off of the Kyle Rudolph signing, I don't know what we're doing with Evan Ingram. Like I really thought that we'd probably like double down on offense and go with Kyle Pitts, but with Kyle Rudolph and the whole restructure with whatever his name is, I forget his name, Lolo.
Yeah, Levine.
Yeah, whatever his name is. I really don't think they'll go Kyle Pitts. Maybe they'll double dip on Waddle, but I mean I think they're either probably gonna go Waddle, Slater, or defense. I honestly I don't know. I can't give you a solid answer yet.
It's hard.
Yeah,
the Golladay thing really puts a wrench in my entire draft board for the Giants because it's like now you really can open up the draft to say like you don't have to go wide receiver. You can go with a defensive player. You could go with Slater, and I would be totally fine going with Slater. Like he is a starting right tackle day one. I don't trust Nate Solder one bit. The guy hasn't played right tackle in over a decade. He just missed an entire season. He's not really there mentally. Like he even said he was very, very like just confused and like just really out of football because of his son and the whole cancer thing, which is like, you know, hopefully they're doing a lot better now. But you know, when you're dealing with that stuff outside of football, it affects your play, you know? So I don't necessarily think he's going to be like a lockdown right tackle, maybe just a supplemental piece. I'm praying that Matt Parrott develops into the guy we hope he is.
Me too. That'd be big. That'd be big.
I think he will. I think he will. You know my take on that. I love Matt Parrott. I know he was a 3rd round pick, but I think that he really was better than a 3rd round pick. I think he's a really solid player. I trust him as the starter. But if Slater's there, I will go Slater. You know, Slater at the very least is going to be an all-pro guard like instantly. So, but I don't think he makes it to 11. We'll see though.
Really?
It'll be interesting. Yeah, I think he's going to go in the top 10. I think there's more than one team that's going to want to go tackle.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're saying that 4 quarterbacks could go in the first 7 picks. Right.
I think the Eagles are taking quarterback. No one can change my mind.
I think you're right.
I really do.
I do too.
I've said this. I said this last year to my friends, to my Eagle friend. I'm like, if the Eagles got a top 6 pick, I mean, like nothing against Jalen Hurts, he did a decent job, but I mean, like there's just if there's a guy the Eagles like at 6, I think they might pull the trigger. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's just
me. I know. there's going to be some interesting players. Honestly, I'm still in the boat to trade down if Dave Gettleman, picks up the phone this time around and really, I think that the Patriots are going to want to trade up. I think they really are. I mean, Cam Newton on a 1-year deal, that does not tell me that they feel confident moving forward with their guy. I think they're going to develop somebody behind them for a year and then just plug them in. They're going to have a rookie contract. And because Anthony, it makes sense, doesn't it? Like, think about this. If you sign Cam Newton right now, a 1-year, $14 million deal, something like that. If you go and get a rookie quarterback now, and then you let Cam go next year, all of those contracts that they just signed, like the hundreds of millions of dollars that they just spent in free agency, it's a lot easier to deal with them because you have a rookie quarterback. You know what I mean? So I think they kind of tilted their hand. They kind of showed their hand a little bit that they're going to get a quarterback. And if a majority of the guys are going to go in the top 7, 10 picks, the Giants have a really good opportunity to trade back. And maybe if they're looking to get like Mac Jones, I think Mac Jones would be a perfect quarterback for them. Similar body frame to Brady. He's a system guy. He can get it done. And even Jalen Waddle and Devonta Smith, they absolutely love him. They vocally said, I'd rather have Mac Jones throwing me the football than Tua Tagovailoa.
I saw that.
You know what I think that is, dude? I think because one's right-handed and one's left-handed. Personally, whenever I'm throwing the football with my friends, I hate catching passes from lefties. They always just spin off your hand the wrong way. It's really weird. I think that probably has a lot to do with it. Mac Jones has a lot of touch on his passes too. But yeah, I think that New England is going to go quarterback. I think that they do try to trade up. Them going all in on free agency told me that they're going to move up in the draft.
They're wilding out. They're wilding out on free agency.
They got all the stars.
Yeah,
they really did. Except for Golladay. Hopefully we get Golladay. If they get Golladay out of nowhere, I would probably shed a tear.
Yeah, no, facts.
Wait, if who got Golladay?
New England, because I know at the beginning of free agency, people were saying that they would go after him, but now it doesn't seem like they have any chance. They already spent a lot at the wide receiver position. But if anybody gets Golladay, other than the Giants, I'm probably going to shed a tear. So
I'm be pissed off. Yeah. You got so hyped just to get let down. I think the Giants kind of have no choice now. They're like, our fans are going to burn the stadium down if we don't get Golladay.
I honestly, I don't know who. I mean, besides, I guess the Bengals gave him a real offer. Well, it's like a 1-year deal, but who has really showed like interest? I mean, I haven't seen that much.
Apparently, Miami and Chicago are the other teams.
I think they're out. Miami just signed Fuller, and Chicago just tagged Robinson. And by the time Allen Robinson by the time they would find a trade partner for Allen Robinson, Kenny Galladay's already gone. Kenny Galladay's already gone to the Giants. Like, I think they can't afford. They don't have the time to pull it off. So I think it's Giants. I think the Giants and Cincinnati. Really, the Giants just have to offer him like $1 more than Cincinnati over a 2-year deal, and it's a lock. You know what I mean? Like, that's. I think it's like it's down to the physical. That's really
if we get him for like 13-14 million, I think that'd be such a steal.
A wide receiver 1 with a Pro Bowl 2 years ago coming out. His injury season. Yes, I get that, but he's capable of being an all Pro Bowl level receiver in our scheme, and getting that at $13 million is an absolute steal.
Dude, that'd be gas.
Oh my God. I mean, it also opens up the ability for us to go out and get a good cornerback, a good CB2. I just posted the list. I just retweeted a list, like stupid amount of players available. Like Kyle Fuller, obviously, Richard Sherman, Casey Hayward. That's a guy who's been a Pro Bowl many times. Adoree Jackson, Malcolm Butler, Xavier Rose, Desmond Trufant, AJ Bouye, Brian Poole, DJ Hayden, Buster Screen, Quinton Dunbar, Kevin King, Artie Burns, Darquez Denard. J.C. Jackson is a tender on him for a second rounder, but I don't think the Giants would do that. But there's a couple of fantastic options at CB2. And if they get a good deal with Golladay, man, we're talking about a team that is ready to compete, ready to push for a playoff spot. That's how I feel.
I really think our defense is a cornerback away because we use like 3 safeties a lot. That second linebacker position, I'm not like super like worried about. You know what I mean? I think if we get like another real cornerback, I think our defense looks pretty good.
I mean, we were top 10 last year.
Good.
We were top 10 last year in points allowed with no LB2, no CB2, and no pass rush. So keep that in mind. The scheming was phenomenal. If we get a CB2, we get Carter and Ximines back. We just signed a couple of outside linebackers, maybe draft a guy like Joseph Asai, and you get, I don't know, somebody from CB2, or I don't know, whatever free agent they get if they do go that route. And you got Darnay Holmes coming back, who was injured for the latter portion of the season. Xavier McKinney missed half the year. Dude, we're in good shape. We're in very good shape. I'm thinking top 5 defense next year if we can put that together. And I know they're thinking the same thing.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. When free agency started, I think besides our receiver, I really wanted cornerback. I'm actually surprised there hasn't been, more like news or anything around the Giants and finding a cornerback yet, to be honest. Maybe they're just trying to play it smart, get one cheap.
They're going to wait because there's so many corners on the market. They can easily wait and get one for super cheap. Super cheap. So that's what I'm expecting. But Anthony, got any last words before we sign off here? I'm going to go eat dinner before I pass out.
Yeah, I want to say about Kenny Golladay, I think the fact that Miami just signed Will Fuller and the Bears made their move towards Allen Robinson, I do think in some way it indicates that these teams have some information that the fans don't. Obviously, teams are always more in the loop. They probably understand that Kenny Golladay is not going to choose them, so they moved on. Because it sounds like Miami was really in on Kenny Golladay. The fact that they just went and signed Fuller probably means they know that he's not an option for them anymore.
He's picking where he wants to go.
Could be another indicator that he's going to end up with the Giants. I'm very confident that he is going to end up with the Giants, but I guess we'll see.
Oh.
We just signed the player. We just signed Reggie Ragland.
Interesting.
Thanks for the chat letting us know that. Giants have been really active today. They've made quite a few moves. So I guess we'll give our quick thoughts on that before we hop out of here, right?
Linebacker Reggie. I like this. There's your LB2, Josh. There's your guy.
What happened?
He just signed Reggie Ragland. That's your linebacker too. Next to Blake Martinez.
I didn't even know we signed someone. Like just now?
Yeah, just now.
A 1-year deal for Reggie Ragland.
Let's go look at his stats real quick before we log off. Reggie Ragland. He is a 6'2", 250-pound linebacker. Coming off his rookie deal, was in Kansas City, then Detroit last year. He can compete with Tay Crowder. He started in 6 games, played in all 16 games last year. He only missed 3.7% of his tackles. He was pretty decent in coverage. I don't know if he's more of a run defender though. I gotta do some more research, but I think that fills that LB2 spot maybe.
Much did it say?
I think he would be with.
Yeah, I think he ends up starting.
I do too.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, I wonder what the money looks like.
Wait, who tweeted it?
Tom Alessero.
Per Tom. Man, the Giants are going hard in free agency. They've signed a lot of players. Not a lot of big name players, but a lot of players. All right, guys.
Zachary G just made a really good point. Todd France is the agent for for Will Fuller and Kenny Golladay. So if he got that deal done with Miami, he definitely has the information. Could actually indicate, like I was saying, that Golladay is he's already made up his mind.
Also, Anthony, someone you probably you like to hear, the Kyle O'Brien, the guy we've been mentioning from the Lions. Reggie Ragland played for Detroit last year. So I think there's a connection there. He probably saw him as a potential scheme fit for the Giants. That's a good move. I like this. This is an interesting signing. I'm going to do a little bit more research, get an article out for you guys. Maybe I'll post a little film thing tomorrow. Maybe tonight. We'll see how much energy I have. A couple minutes. But Josh, really appreciate you coming on, dude. I hope to see you again in the chat, and we'll hopefully get you on live too.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you having me. Have a good night.
Absolutely. You too, bro.
You too. Have a good one.
All right, so we want to do more stuff like that. Michael, how do I tweet live? Literally, I just changed my browser and I'm just tweeting. So I'm trying to multitask here. So if I go quiet for like 30 seconds, that is why. I'm trying to get some stuff
I'll
out.
say I think it's really interesting. The Giants are doing a lot of 1-year deals, like Glennon, Ragland now. I think that's really interesting because, we don't have the utmost cap space right now. But, that's kind of interesting. I don't think Ragland's going to burn a hole in our pockets, Ryan. I think that we still got the money for Kenny Golladay. I don't think it's going to be a problem. I think it's interesting that they got that done, though, while they're meeting with Kenny Golladay. I think that's kind of interesting. So I think that's something of note. But, I'm excited. Hopefully tomorrow we have a reason to do another stream. Hopefully tomorrow Kenny Golladay signs and we can stream and celebrate all together. That would be really fun. So stay tuned for that. If Kenny Golladay does sign with the Giants, we'll probably do another stream, and it'll be a lot of fun. Let you know. Play it by ear right now.
Yes, sir.
Right, Alex?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm trying to tweet something. You're distracting me.
No, I can tell.
I'm saying that former Lions executive Kyle O'Brien knows that Detroit Lions team inside and out probably coerced Joe Judge into landing, or rather just New York Giants management, into landing coming off his rookie deal. I like this move and probably earn. He's basically Devontae Downs replacement.
Yeah, pretty much, probably. Well, I don't know. I think Ragland might end up starting opposite of Martinez, but we'll see because I like Tay Crawford. I like Tay Crowder a lot, so I think that he can grow into a role.
Tay Crawford, maniac. So I guess he's more of a run stuffer. Maybe he's David Mayo's replacement because it seems like he's more of a run stuffer. Interesting.
Yeah, that's probably it.
We'll have to do a little bit more research into Reggie Ragland, guys. But yes, this is the process that goes into my tweet, Michael. Trying really hard to do both at the same time. But guys, really appreciate everyone coming in. I know there's a current battle royale going on between Dallas fans and Giants fans in the chat. This is exactly why we do this. I very much enjoy watching you guys go back and forth at it. I can just kind of sit and watch. It's hilarious. And Danny, the man of the hour, is going hard at this man's. Torching him. Yeah, he didn't stand a chance. He didn't stand a chance. He never did.
Never did.
He came to a Giants. You come to a Giants party as a Dallas fan, you're never going to leave the same. You're never going back. You'll end up in a body bag in a ditch. That's all I gotta say. But what I will say, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this live stream. Second day in a row, hour and 36 minutes. Much love and all the support. Had a really, really good time. Some stories, some fun stuff. And there was a signing in the middle of it, which is always fun. But as always, thank you so much, guys. And hopefully, we get Kenny Golladay tomorrow. We will obviously be updating you as soon as anything drops. We'll have it out instantly.
If we get Golladay, we got to stream again. We got to go 3 days in a row. We got to do it. I mean, thank you guys so much for tuning in, though. It was a lot of fun. I really love when we just get to sit here and just chat about random stuff as well. It's not all football. Like, when we do the episodes, it's all football. But this is fun. We get to interact with you guys. It's a lot of fun. Steven, maybe. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. If we sign Golladay tomorrow, we'll do another stream. It'll be a great time. And yeah, thank you all for tuning in. We just hit 5,000 subs yesterday. We're almost at 5.1. So that's really cool. You guys are great. Very excited for the future Fireside Giants. And yeah, man, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully we have a really fun one with Golladay on the Giants tomorrow.
Absolutely. And yeah, keep the chant going. We will have another stream. If they sign Golladay tomorrow, I will learn the Corvette tomorrow, best I can, and I will present it for you fine people, unfortunately.
I will do the Corvette tomorrow if we sign Kenny Golladay. I promise I'll do it. I'm sure Airborne Cheeseburger will be here and he'll clip it. I'll hit a lot of dance moves. I'll probably scream. It'll be a lot of fun. Really hope we get Kenny Golladay. Fingers crossed, everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Reggie Ragland, I'm giving that a W for now. Let's see what the money looks like before we get a little ahead of ourselves, but make us some moves, make us some low-key moves. But much love, everybody. We will catch you guys tomorrow, and I'll try to get something on Reggie Ragland maybe tonight, maybe a little highlight video. So we'll get that out for you, of course. Make sure you guys know what's going on there. But we'll catch you guys on the next one. Much love.